I wrote a letter to Mark Elias last October, letting him know about something I had read about regarding Eagle AI. And Eagle AI is something that Cleta Mitchell of Cleta Mitchell Law Firm or whatever, who has been instrumental in all kinds of nefarious things for the GOP to undermine voting access. She was the one who notoriously said that how dare those students just be able to get out or roll out of bed and just go vote. She didn't like that. She actually was on the Georgia call where former President Trump asked for 11,780 more votes. So she was on that and ended up losing her position with a major law firm as a result of that. So anyhow, she's been around for a while and she's heavily invested in so many things that are anti-democratic. But one of the most recent ones is something called Eagle AI. Eagle AI is an artificial intelligence product that allows them to almost automatically submit voter challenges. So they say it's nonpartisan, but they're going to focus on black and brown communities where most likely Democrats are voting, like they did in Georgia, to challenge all those voters. Now, the problem with the challenges of the voters is that in Georgia, at least, they have to do it within a certain amount of days where they have to fix that challenge by showing up and saying whatever the requirements are. But it's an affirmative action they must take. So all someone's got to do is challenge a vote, and then that person has to go find time out of his or her day to go resolve that complaint. And the challenger doesn't necessarily have to know it, they just submit the claim. And that is a problem.
Hello, you've reached the Fulton County Registration and Elections Department. An agent will be with you shortly. Thanks for calling Fulton County Voter Registration. This is Robin. How can I help?
I was noticing that there is a voter challenge option. If someone challenges my registration, what do I have to bring in, and when do I have to bring it?
They can send you a letter.
That they'll send me. They'll send me a letter.
They will send you a letter. Fulton County Registration will send you a letter in the mail to let you know that you've been challenged and what you need to bring to the meeting, or you can submit it before the meeting.
And if I don't show up for the meeting, does that mean my vote is challenged and I can't vote?
That means that you will have to come to a meeting.
Is a meeting online, or is it someplace I have to physically go to?
No, you would have to physically go to, or you can submit your information that they request from you.
What kinds of information would they be requesting? Do you know?
It depends on what you're challenged for, sir.
Can you give me some examples of what they might challenge you for?
Of your address.
Okay.
They might say it's a business.
Okay.
You can submit information, either your mortgage payment, your renter's agreement, to say that it's not a business.
Okay. And how long do you have to do that after someone challenges you?
You get a letter in the mail. I believe it's 45 days.
Okay.
Don't quote me on that one.
Okay, I'm not. I'm just trying to understand. I noticed that. I was like, that's really weird that someone could challenge you and then you have to be the affirmative one to do that. That seems a little backwards.
Right. They submit, the person that challenges the other person submits something to the county to challenge.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. I appreciate your help.
You're welcome. You have a great day.
Bye. If you remember back in 2020, 2022, two or three individuals filed almost 100,000 voter challenges in Georgia alone. So imagine having an automation project that allows you to do that at scale. So they can go out to all the black and brown counties in Georgia and other places too, and focus on challenging everyone. I think that's part of what they're planning to do. Because if you challenge someone, what that means is, one, they have to affirmatively go out and fix that challenge. And if they don't do that, they're out. And number two is that person's vote is not one of the votes that actually would get counted. So Mark Elias and others wouldn't even know that voter wasn't able to vote because his or her vote was never put into the system. So they're finding a way to challenge the voters before they can go out and vote, which means there's no way for us to fix it. So one of the things I thought about is, so to help toward this effort, over the last couple years, Cleta Mitchell and others have been attacking something called ERIC. I don't know what ERIC stands for off the top of my head right now, but ERIC is the system that a lot of the states used to use that would help validate voters that may have died, that may have moved. It worked on proprietary information. It was very, very reliable. But as you recall, the Republicans, conservatives, have been attacking that over the last year to get Republican states to drop it. And I believe there's 12 states that have actually dropped ERIC. And guess who came in and said, hey, we can serve that purpose for you now? Cleta Mitchell and Eagle AI. Now, the reporting is not clear 100% on if any of them have done so, but I did see that Ron DeSantis just recently said that he was going to use Eagle AI, and we know he is always up to no good. So if Florida is planning to use Eagle AI for helping them decide who is on the polls, you can rest assured black and brown people and young students are going to get booted from the polls. Anyone that they can sort of cleave off. And remember, these people, their vote won't even be cast. So Mark Elias and other people who are trying to protect the vote won't even hear about these people because they're being excluded before voting. That is a huge, huge deal. So one of the things I thought about is, why aren't we doing the same thing? Right? I mean, we don't have an Eagle AI software that I'm aware of, but we know the rural areas in Georgia and elsewhere. Why don't we start challenging some of their voters? Right? Why are we sitting back here waiting for these guys to do what we know they're going to do? And why don't we take the proactive action and do it ourselves? That's my question is, why aren't we doing the exact same thing? And please, I don't want to hear about, hey, Democrats are above that and blah, 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 blah. I'm tired of playing defense against an unethical opponent. They will do and say anything. And guess what? If they gain power over this country in this election, it is never going back. They have went all in on ending democracy. That is crystal clear. So for us not to fight back with everything we have, we will regret that day. You can be on the high ground all you want, but if we do not win, you're going to be in the gulag next to me, just like everybody else. That these guys are coming to play, and they're playing seriously. So I'm asking the serious question. Why aren't we doing the same thing? They won't be expecting it. They don't think that we think like that. Why don't we do the exact same thing and challenge their voters everywhere? They won't know what to do about it, and it will cause all kinds of things. So we should identify the 12 or so states that have eliminated ERIC, because they're going to be the ones most likely to want to use a replacement for it. And they're Republican states, they're not Democratic states. And we can talk to the Democratic Party chair in each state and figure out how we might be able to assist them. They may not even know about this at all, right? I don't have a clue that the Republicans have a multifaceted attack on our democracy. And this is what we're going to be talking about over the next several weeks is, what are they going to try to do to screw us? Because you can rest assured that they're going to try to screw us. And I've put together a list of probably 15 to 20 different ways that they can try to screw us. And this one right here, where they use artificial intelligence to automatically voter challenge, is huge, and they will do it. And I think we should do exactly the same. I'll see you in the next post.